We have finished crocheting the head and body according to the potted lamb crochet pattern. Now, we need to sew the head and body together. Thread the yarn tail of the body through the yarn needle. This is the slip stitches line of the head. And this is the slip stitches line of the body. We need to align the slip stitches line of the head with the slip stitches line of the body. Insert the needle into the aligning stitch on the head with the body yarn tail stitch and bring it out of the next stitch. Draw the yarn through. Repeat at the body and draw yarn through. Continue with one stitch on the head and one stitch on the body to connect the two parts. Repeat until we make our way back to the beginning. Repeat with one more stitch at the beginning to cover the first stitch. Now, insert the needle into next stitch on the body and draw yarn through. Don't pull tight. Insert needle into the ring left between the stitches and pull tight to make a knot. And insert the needle inside and pull yarn through somewhere on the other side of the body. Cut off the excess yarn. Then poke the yarn tail inside the body to hide it. Finished sewn the head and body. Now, we need to sew the ears on. We will sew them symmetrically on round 5 and 6 from top of head. Find the center point of the head and count 6 rounds. This is the slip stitches line of the ear. We can flatten the earpiece along the slip stitches line. We need to fold the ear in half. Insert needle into the first stitch of both side of the ear, draw the yarn through. Thread the yarn tail of ear through the yarn needle. And insert the needle into the next stitch of both side the ear, draw yarn through to make the ear in a V shape. Insert the needle in the stitch right under the front end of the yarn tail and bring it up under the next stitch. Draw the yarn through. Repeat one stitch into the edge stitch of the ear and draw yarn through. Continue with one stitch on the head and one stitch on the ear to connect the two parts. Repeat along the edge stitch of the ear. Insert needle back into the stitch of the head and bring it out of the edge stitch on the back side of ear. Now, insert the needle into stitch on the ear, draw yarn through. Don't pull tight. Insert needle back into the ring left between the stitches, and pull tight to make a knot. Insert the needle inside and pull yarn through somewhere on the other side of the head. Cut off the excess yarn. Poke the yarn tail back inside the head. Finished sewn one ear. Now, we need to sew another ear symmetrically on the left side of the head in the same way. Finished sewn 2 ears. Now, we need to sew the arms on. We will sew them symmetrically on round 1 to 3 from top of body. Find the first round of the body and count 3 rounds. Thread the yarn tail of the arm through the yarn needle. Insert the needle in the stitch right under the front end of the yarn tail and bring it up under the next stitch. Draw the yarn through. Repeat one stitch into the edge stitch of the arm and draw yarn through. Continue with one stitch on the body and one stitch on the arm to connect the two parts. Repeat along the arm. Insert the needle back into the edge stitch on the side of arm, and bring it out of the stitch under the edge of arm. Insert the needle into the stitch under the edge of arm again, draw yarn through. Don't pull tight. Insert needle back into the ring left between the stitches, and pull tight to make a knot. And insert the needle inside and pull yarn through somewhere on the other side of the body. Poke the yarn tail back inside the body. Finished sewn one arm. Now, we need to sew another arm symmetrically on the left side of the body in the same way. Finished sewn 2 arms. Now, we can embroider the mouth with black yarn. Take out the 8-inch black yarn. Thread the yarn through the yarn needle and tie a knot at the end. We will need to embroider the mouth between round 10 and round 11 of the head. Find the center of the head and count 11 rounds. Insert the needle into the random stitch on the right side, bring it out of the left stitch of the midpoint between round 9 and 10. Draw the yarn through. Insert the needle into the stitch to stitches to the right, and bring it out of the midpoint stitch between round 10 and 11 of the body. Draw yarn through and put the yarn tail above the yarn between the above 2 stitches to make a V-shape. Insert the needle into the lower stitch and bring it out of the first stitch where we insert the needle. Tie a knot on the original knot and pull it tight. Insert the needle inside, pull yarn through somewhere on the other side of the head to hide the knot. Poke the yarn tail inside the head. Cut off the excess yarn. Now, we have finished the potted lamb.